Hello and welcome. Today we're going out in the Mercedes. The reason we're in the Mercedes today is because the S4 decided it didn't want to play ball yesterday, came up with start-stop not working, and also came up with something to do with the brake servo. So I was just like, that doesn't sound so good. A brake servo, I think, is probably fairly important. And because me and the missus are going away next week, obviously I needed it done quickly. So hopefully I'll get the car back tonight. It's looking so good, sat right there, isn't it? Oh, I just love the look of that car. It looks so good in this colour. The white and the grey just looks so smart with these black accents around here. And then you've got the chrome around the, oh, it just tops it off. And you come to the side and you see these alloys. How good does that look? 30-year-old car, and these things just really top it off, and especially with the stance. And I'll tell you what, actually, talking about the stance, getting a bit closer. Since I did the lower control arms in behind here and the tie rods and stuff, I then took the car to go and get aligned and tracked on whatever else. This has got a lot higher, which is really, really strange. But on the back, as far as I'm aware, it's got lower. So I don't know if it's somehow leveled itself out or what, I'm not quite sure. But it's just an interesting thing to note. But we're going out in the Mercedes today, and we're going to go and get a few jobs done. We're actually already at the place that I'm going to go and pick the stuff up and show you around the container. Just a couple of little bits that I've taken off the W124 Mercedes, the C320. Right guys, here we are, all the bits from the Mercedes that I've taken out so far. There's quite an amount actually. You've got a headlight there, you've got the rear seats, you've got trim pieces here, and you've got the seats, which are really, really good nick. Spare tyre, another seat there, and it's all really, really good condition actually. Only an 80,000 mile car, you've got to remember. Yeah, so I've got some bits and bobs. Oh, I've got some more stuff here, look. All in there. But this place is starting to be a bit of a mess because I just don't have enough space for everything here. I would do the whole, oh, will it start up after sitting here for a week? But I've already driven here, so you know it's going to, well, I hope it's going to start. Ooh, bit of a rough start up, but it's running, obviously. Right, let's get going. We're going to go down into the town, have a chat about the Mercedes, how this one's doing, how the other one's doing, and then how the, oh no, I'm not even going to talk about the A8. The A8 is being an absolute pain in my bottom. This one has been aligned, tracked, etc., and it means for some reason it's sitting a little higher on the front than it was originally. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Yes, it doesn't look quite as slammed as it was, and that's because it isn't. But it means that I can get out of there without scraping the bottom of the front bumper. It means that I can reverse up there without scraping the bottom of the front bumper. It means that, actually, I've not driven it on the drive since I've had this done. So it might not even scrape so much on the drive now, although that was more underneath the actual components rather than the cosmetics. So maybe not, but it's slightly lower on the back now, so it's kind of as if it's leveled itself out somehow now that the lower control arms have been changed and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I'm going to turn my lights on as well because it's a bit foggy. Put my full beams on because I'm so low that most people won't be dazzled by the full beams, and they're weak as anything, so they're not actually that bright, but this means people will be able to see me on the road. So yes, the Audi S4, the sensor for the brake servo, I think it's about 60 to 80 quid. So it's nothing too major. So I'm hoping that the guy at the garage will find it easy enough to fix. I think it's just behind where the steering wheel is. It's just behind that, but in the engine bay, if you get me. So it's quite easy to get to, right on the top there. And it'll be good because I could really do with taking that Audi when we go away for 3 nights next week. And to be honest, it'll be good to know that the brakes work on the Audi, obviously. You know, it's the fastest car out of all of them, and I want to make sure I can stop, because that's quite important. Like in this one, it's not so important. I don't want to jinx that, touch wood, because I don't know why. I don't know why my mum always made me touch wood on my head. Maybe she was saying I was like thick or something, because you don't have wood in your head. Yeah, see, this one isn't so bad. Like, the brakes aren't brilliant. Obviously, they're nothing like the massive brakes that we have on the S4, but they do the job. You just got to make sure you leave plenty of room. And to be honest, I think that's just being an older car, isn't it? Maybe there's a more modern brake system you can put on this. I'm not sure. Maybe long term we'll look into something like that, because I have hinted before down the line, potentially doing an engine swap on this one, and of course you change a lot of stuff then. You wouldn't change just the engine, you change the brakes and everything to be able to cope with the extra kind of capacity that you're putting through the car. The weather is actually a lot better than it was only 10 minutes ago when I drove down. It was really, really foggy and you couldn't see more than kind of 2-3 cars in front of you. But it's actually quite nice now, so yeah, that's ideal. Probably don't actually need the lights on because you can actually see people now, which is quite useful. This car at the moment is really kind of taking my heart, if I'm honest. I'm really starting to fall in love with it. You know, I can drive it now pretty much every day. I've driven it 3 or 4 times a week. I drive it to and from work now because I finally managed to get a permit to go on the parking space that I use for an extra car. So I can now take this one down as well as the S4, which is really, really good. I'm quite excited because it means I can take this one down when I finally get the sunroof sorted. I need help with that. I think that it's quite important that we get someone that knows what they're doing to do that. So I think I'm going to have to get a professional to do that, or at least you know, someone that knows what they're doing DIY wise. I can just imagine the summer days rocking up to work right on the seafront, sunroof fully back, and just looking really, really smart. God, this bit is bumpy. Like, I know it's a low car, it wasn't taking those bumps very well, was it? Like, more than usual. So that's the plan anyway. So yeah, so we've already gone and picked up the bits that I needed for the trip, which is a little bit out of the way from home to work. So we're going to go down now. I'm just going to drive through the town, park up as usual, and get on with my day. But I thought I'd just make a little video, just because I haven't driven this one for a while with you guys along. Do you know what? This car is more and more proving to me that actually it's, I don't know if I should say it out loud, fairly reliable. It's all good. I'm really enjoying driving it. You know, it does get some it does get some funny looks though, and people just wonder what the hell is he driving that for. There's people local that I've know of. You know, when you see people but you don't actually talk to them because you don't know them, and they've just talked to me because they've seen the car and they've gone, "Oh, what's that all about?" My own private cone mover by the looks of it. Not quite so busy down here today as it was the other day. The other day it was absolutely booming with people because it was so nice and sunny. As soon as a drop of rain comes in or it's a bit cold or misty or whatever, people don't bother coming down. This is when you can really hear the suspension working, even though I've changed out a load of parts. It's always a bit tight in here. I don't want to smack the front bumper, that's the problem. Excuse me, sir. I would like to get through. This is the thing in this town. People forget it's a road. And that people actually have to live here and drive through it. Oh, this car looks so good in the window reflections, it really does. I don't know what's making that little noise now. It's funny because I parked this one next to the M4 now. Doesn't look quite as good as the S4 parked next to the M4, but there you go. Right, there we go. Handbrake on, engine off. Right, I'm gonna go crack on. Thank you very much for watching the video. Just a little bit of a update really as to what was going on, different things. The W203 is being stripped as we speak, so I've got loads of stuff now on eBay, which is perfect. W203 only owes me about £330 now. So we've already knocked over £100 off of what it owes me, so I'm quite happy with that. Still got the cats to go, still can scrap it, still can take a load of parts off it, still got the engine. So yeah, we're going to see what we can do with that without spending too much time on it because I ain't got the time to strip every single part. So we'll be interested to see how we get on with that. This one go really, really well, really enjoying the drive in it, and it's just fine. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's no issues with this car at all. In the general sense, it runs, it drives, it stops, it's fine. Obviously not perfect because it's a 30-year-old car, but over time we will try to address that. We will try to get these bits sorted. The A8, don't even talk to me about the A8. I've literally had enough of it. I had to pull the fuel pump out of it again yesterday. It only took me about 10-15 minutes though, so I'm getting like a pro at pulling a fuel pump on an Audi A8. So if you need an Audi A8 D2 fuel pump pulled, let me know. Please do like, comment and subscribe as always. More subscribers than we've ever had before. Really, really appreciate all of you, and thank you for watching the videos and supporting it and hitting that like button. Really means a lot. Right, everyone's looking at me now like, what's this dude doing sat in his car? So I'm gonna get going. See you later on. Cheers guys.